Your avocado tree is 8 feet tall. Beautiful dark green leaves. It looks like something from a tropical magazine. But fruit? Nothing. Year after year, just leaves. Meanwhile, your neighbor's scraggly tree drops 80 to 100 avocados every season. Here's what nobody tells you. Avocado trees are not houseplants. They have very specific requirements. And mistake number 4? That number 4. It's why 90% of backyard avocado trees never produce fruit. Let me show you how to actually get avocados instead of just a pretty tree. I'm going to be direct. Growing avocados for fruit is completely different from growing an ornamental tree. And if you started yours from a pit in a glass of water, you're already behind. Fix these mistakes, and you'll harvest 50 to 200 avocados per year, depending on variety. If this sounds like what you need, welcome to Garden With You. Hit subscribe. I post practical fruit tree growing every week. Let's start with the mistake that kills most avocado dreams before they even begin. Mistake number 1, planting the wrong avocado variety for your climate. This is the single biggest reason backyard avocado trees fail. Avocados come in 3 races: Mexican, Guatemalan, and West Indian. Each has a different cold tolerance, and if you plant the wrong one, it will either die in winter or never produce fruit. Mexican varieties like Mexicola and Zutano tolerate temperatures down to 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. These work in zones 8B to 11, including parts of Texas, Southern California, and the Gulf Coast. Guatemalan varieties like Hass and Fuerte tolerate 24 to 26 degrees Celsius. These are your zone 9 to 11 varieties: Southern California, coastal areas, South Florida. West Indian varieties like Monroe and Choquette tolerate only 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. These need zones 10 to 11, basically South Florida and Hawaii. Here's the critical point. Even if the tree survives in your zone, it might not fruit. Avocados need specific chill hours and heat accumulation to set fruit. A Hass avocado in Arizona might survive, but won't fruit reliably because the climate pattern is wrong. What to do? Contact your local agricultural extension office. Ask specifically which avocado varieties fruit well in your area. Don't trust the nursery tag. Trust local growers who actually harvest fruit. If you're in zone 8 or colder, you'll need to grow in a large container and move it indoors during winter. That means keeping it under 8 to 10 feet tall permanently through aggressive pruning. Get the variety right, or nothing else matters. Mistake number 2, poor drainage and overwatering. Avocado roots are incredibly sensitive to wet soil. More avocado trees die from root rot than from cold damage, pests, and disease combined. What root rot looks like. The tree wilts even though soil is wet. Leaves turn yellow and drop. New growth is pale and stunted. Eventually, the tree collapses and dies. Avocados need soil that drains within hours, not days. Standing water for even 24 hours can trigger root rot. The drainage test. Dig a hole 12 inches deep where you want to plant. Fill it with water. If water remains after 4 hours, drainage is too poor for avocados. Solutions for poor drainage. Plant on a mound. Build a raised planting area, 12 to 18 inches high and 4 to 6 feet wide. Plant the tree on top of this mound, never in a hole. Use containers. A 25 to 50-gallon container with multiple drainage holes works perfectly. Use a mix of 60% potting soil, 30% perlite, and 10% compost. Amend soil. Mix in coarse sand, perlite, or decomposed granite. You want soil that feels gritty, not smooth. For watering, avocados need deep, infrequent watering, not daily light watering like a houseplant. Young trees. Water when the top 2 inches of soil are dry, usually every 5 to 7 days in summer. Mature trees. Water deeply every 10 to 14 days in summer, less in cooler months. The rule: Better to underwater avocados than overwater. They're drought-adapted trees, not water lovers. Mistake number 3. Planting the avocado tree too deep in the ground. This seems minor, but it's deadly for avocados. Avocado trees have shallow lateral root systems. The roots grow in the top 6 inches of soil. They need oxygen constantly. When you plant too deeply, you suffocate the roots and create conditions for root rot. The correct planting depth. The root ball should sit 2 to 3 inches above the surrounding soil level. Not level with it, not below it, above it. What this looks like. After planting, you should clearly see the top of the root ball sticking up. It looks almost like the tree is sitting on top of the ground rather than in it. Then you build a mulch ring around the exposed root ball, keeping mulch 6 inches away from the trunk to protect those shallow roots. If you already planted too deeply, here's the fix. Carefully excavate soil from around the trunk until you expose the root flare. You want to see where the trunk begins to widen at the base. Remove soil until the top of the root ball is 2 to 3 inches above grade. Then create a basin around the tree with a soil berm so water doesn't run off, and mulch the exposed roots with 3 to 4 inches of wood chips. This one adjustment can revive a struggling tree within one growing season. Avocados are surface-rooted trees. Treat them that way, and they'll reward you. Mistake number 4, not providing enough direct sunlight. And this is why 90% of backyard avocado trees never produce fruit. Avocado trees grown in partial shade will look beautiful. Lush green leaves, vigorous growth, healthy appearance. But they will never bear fruit heavily. Avocados need full sun, minimum 6 hours of direct, unfiltered sunlight daily. But here's what most people miss. They need more than 6 hours for heavy fruit production. For consistent, abundant harvests, avocados need 8 to 10 hours of direct sun. That's a south-facing location with zero shade from buildings, fences, or other trees. What happens? In shade. The tree produces excessive vegetative growth, long, leggy branches with huge leaves. It flowers sporadically or not at all. Any fruit that forms usually drops before maturing. Even dappled shade reduces fruit production by 50 to 70%. If your tree is shaded, you have 2 options. Option 1, transplant it. Avocados under 5 years old can be carefully moved to a sunnier location. Do this in early spring before new growth starts. Option 2, remove the shade source. Cut back overhanging tree branches. Remove structures blocking the sun. For container-grown avocados, move the container to the sunniest spot in your yard. Rotate it every 2 weeks so all sides get equal sun exposure. Light, ours, fruit. It's that simple with avocados. If you're not getting 8+ hours of direct sun, don't expect heavy crops, no matter what else you do right. Quick reminder, if you're finally understanding why your avocado tree isn't producing, hit that subscribe button. I post fruit tree growing content every week. Practical advice that actually gets results. Let's keep going. Mistake number 5. Over-fertilizing with nitrogen. Sound familiar? This is the same mistake that kills pepper and tomato production. High nitrogen fertilizers make avocado trees grow huge with thick trunks, massive branches, and enormous dark green leaves. But fruit production drops to almost nothing. What over-fertilizing looks like. Explosive vegetative growth. Leaves so dark they're almost blue-green. Stems growing 3 to 4 feet per year, and maybe 5 to 10 avocados total, or 0. Avocado trees need balanced nutrition, not high nitrogen. The correct approach: use a fertilizer specifically formulated for avocados or citrus. The NPK ratio should be balanced like 6 to 6, 6, or 8 to 3, 9, not 20, 10 to 10. Feeding schedule. Feed young trees every 6 to 8 weeks during the growing season. Mature fruiting trees need feeding 3 to 4 times per year: early spring, late spring, midsummer, and early fall. The amount: follow package directions based on tree age and size. Don't exceed recommendations. If you've already over-fertilized, stop completely for 6 months. Let the tree use up stored nitrogen. You'll see leaf color lighten, growth slow, and flowering increase. Zinc is critical. Avocados need supplemental zinc. Use a foliar zinc spray twice a year, spring and summer. Feed moderately. Stressed trees fruit. Pampered trees just grow. Mistake number 6. Expecting fruit from a young avocado tree. This isn't really a mistake you're making. It's about understanding the timeline. Avocado trees grown from grafted nursery stock take 3 to 4 years to produce their first fruit, sometimes 5 years in cooler climates. Trees grown from seed, that pit you sprouted in water, take 10 to 15 years to fruit. And when they finally do, the fruit is usually inferior to named varieties. The first year after planting, 0 fruit expected. The tree is establishing roots. Year 2, still probably 0 fruit. The tree is a building structure. Year 3, you might see 5 to 20 avocados. These are your first test fruits. Year 4, production increases to 30 to 60 avocados. Year 5, this is when production really begins, 80 to 150 plus avocados per year, depending on variety and growing conditions. Mature trees, 10 plus years old, can produce 200 to 400 avocados per year. Here's what this means. If your tree is only 2 years old and not fruiting, that's normal. Don't panic. Don't over-fertilize, trying to force it. Don't dig it up and replace it. Just keep providing proper care, correct watering, full sun, balanced fertilizer, and wait. The timeline cannot be rushed. I see people give up on perfectly healthy 2-year-old trees because they expect immediate production. Don't make that mistake. Avocado growing is a long-term investment, but once they start producing, they produce for decades. Mistake number 7, not understanding avocado pollination requirements. This is complicated, so pay attention. Avocados have the strangest flowering pattern in the fruit world. Each flower opens twice, once as female, once as male, on 2 different days. Varieties are divided into Type A and Type B based on flowering timing. Type A varieties. Flowers open as female in the morning, close at midday, then reopen as male the following afternoon. Examples: Hass, Pinkerton, Reed, Lamb Hass. Type B varieties. Flowers open as male in the morning, close at midday, then reopen as female the following afternoon. Examples: Fuerte, Bacon, Zutano, Surprise. Why this matters: a single tree can self-pollinate, but production increases by 2 to 4 times when you plant a Type A and a Type B together. If you only have space for one tree, choose varieties known for good self-pollination like Hass, Gwen, or Lamb Hass. You'll still get fruit, just less of it. If you have space for 2 trees, plant one Type A and one Type B. They cross-pollinate each other beautifully. The spacing. Trees can be 10 to 15 feet apart. They don't need to be side by side. Bees are critical. Avocado flowers need bee pollination. Avoid using pesticides during the flowering season. Plant bee-attracting flowers nearby: lavender, rosemary, borage. Container growers. You can keep 2 dwarf varieties in large containers near each other for cross-pollination. Get the pollination right, and watch your harvest double or triple. Let's recap the 7 mistakes keeping your avocado tree from producing fruit. Mistake number 1, wrong variety for your climate. Mexican varieties for zones 8 to 9, Guatemalan for zones 9 to 10, West Indian for zones 10-11. Contact your extension office for specific recommendations. Mistake number 2, poor drainage and overwatering. Avocados need soil that drains in hours, not days. Plant on mounds in heavy soil, Water deeply but infrequently. Root rot kills more avocado trees than anything else. Mistake number 3, planting too deep. The root ball should sit 2 to 3 inches above surrounding soil. Avocado roots are shallow and need oxygen. Expose the root flare if you planted too deep. Mistake number 4, not enough direct sunlight. This is why 90% of trees don't fruit. Avocados need 8 to 10 hours of direct sun daily for heavy production. Shade equals no fruit, period. Mistake number 5, over-fertilizing with nitrogen. Use balanced fertilizers like 6-6-6, not high nitrogen. Feed 3 to 4 times per year, not weekly. Add supplemental zinc twice a year. Mistake number 6, wrong timeline expectations. Grafted trees take 3 to 5 years to fruit. Seed-grown trees take 10 to 15 years. Be patient. The wait is worth it. Mistake number 7, no pollination partner. Type A and Type B varieties cross-pollinate for 2 to 4 times more fruit. Plant both if possible. Attract bees. Avoid pesticides during flowering. Fix these 7 mistakes, and your avocado tree transforms from an ornamental plant into a productive fruit machine. I now harvest 120 to 150 avocados per year from 2 mature trees. That's roughly $600 to $750 worth of organic avocados I never buy. Your trees can do the same. The key principle: avocados need perfect drainage, full sun, and patience. Everything else is secondary. If this helped you, like this video and subscribe for more fruit tree content. Comment below, how old is your avocado tree? I'll tell you what to expect. I reply to every comment. Now go check your tree's sun exposure and drainage. Those 2 factors determine 80% of your success. Before you go, here's your action plan right now. Step 1. Verify your avocado variety is correct for your climate zone. If you don't know the variety, take a leaf to your local nursery for identification. Step 2. Check drainage. If water pools around your tree for more than 4 hours after watering, you need to fix this immediately. Step 3. Measure sun exposure. Use a sun calculator app or just observe the tree's location throughout the day. If it's getting less than 8 hours of direct sun, the tree needs to move. Step 4. Stop all high nitrogen fertilizers today. Switch to balanced avocado/citrus fertilizer on the proper schedule. Do these 4 things, and if your tree is old enough, you'll see flower production increase next spring. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more fruit tree growing. See you next time.